Y'all already know who it is, man. But if it's your first time tuning in and watching me,
you're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down.
Subscribe is free. Stop playing with me. About to go again on another motherfucking reaction, man. So listen, bruh is going viral right now, man. Rio the Young OG. I'm just not hearing about him. Never heard of dude in my life. Finna go ahead and get into it right now, man. Finna check him out, see what's popping. Y'all already know how we do. You ready? Let's get it.
A lot of my family, like, they call me big time and famous, and I be like, that's not it. Like, I'm still the same person.
I love you, dog. But when you get in that bitch, whatever you need, you know the number.
Welcome back to another episode of True Street TV, where we cover
Shout
everything
out to True
street related.
TV,
Hit that
man.
like, subscribe, and notification bell, and let's get right into it. Today's story brings us to Flint, Michigan. Located just an hour northwest of Detroit, Flint is a relatively small city with a population around 80,000 people. The city would make national news in 2014 while going through a financial crisis. The city's emergency manager made the decision to stop getting their water from Detroit's water department. Instead, they began sourcing the city's water directly from the Flint River in order to save some money. Flint residents began complaining about the smell, taste, and appearance of the water. It turns out the incompetent city officials failed to apply anti-corrosion chemicals to the water pipes, causing lead from the aging pipes to leach into the water. This would expose around 100,000 residents to elevated levels of lead in the water. As we know, lead poisoning is very dangerous and can have long-lasting effects on the person. This would result in a $620 million settlement that the city of Flint still hasn't paid out to the residents to this day. This would also cause many residents to leave Flint. The city went from around 100,000 people to only around 80,000 today. One of the residents that stayed behind is 30-year-old Demario Horn, or better known by his rap name, Rio the Young OG. A lot of people think Rio is from Detroit, and although it is only an hour away, Flint has its own culture and sound, and is where Rio was born and raised. Rio was adopted right after being born in the hospital, and would find out after arguing with an older cousin.
Because I got adopted when I was like 3 days old at the hospital. One day, me and my cousin was like, I think we was arguing or some shit. Like, I had made her mad as hell. And she was like, "You're not even our blood, woo, woo, woo."
That's how I go down.
He would later talk to his mom about the argument and would find out a woman he's known his whole life, who he thought was just his mother's friend, was actually his birth mother, and she was using drugs at the time, not able to care for the baby.
Damn. That's crazy, boy. Y'all already know. Y'all already know what I'm finna say.
She belongs to the streets.
Hey, man, it is what it is. Truth is the truth. The truth is the truth, gang.
He would talk about how this made him resent his birth mother, as he was the only kid she had that was given up for adoption.
Now I'm finna say a bunch of shit I had bottled in. I barely know my whole family, I was adopted in.
His blood brother by his father is a popular rapper by the name Louis Ray. Their father goes by the name Ray K47 and is a well-known dude in Flint known as the Chevy King for his old school Chevys. His father is described as being extremely funny and outspoken, which makes perfect sense as Rio's style has a lot to do with his humor and talking crazy. Although Rio's father wasn't involved in his life as a kid, they were able to develop a friendship later on as he became closer to his brother Louis.
Talking about anybody who mess around in Flint for the last 20 years, they know Ray K47 for sure. Like I'm talking about Chevy King, whatever you want to call me. I got 10, 12 Chevys that had them for 20 years. Like ain't nobody pulling them stunts like that in Flint.
When Rio was around 12 years old, he was cooking french fries with hot grease on the stove when he forgot they were cooking. The grease would catch on fire and Rio would make a huge mistake and put water on the grease, causing it to splash him in his face, leaving a distinct scar on his cheek.
I was wondering how that happened. I ain't gonna lie, I was wondering how that happened. I'm glad he explained that shit.
A few years later, Real was around 15 years old when he went to a gas station to buy some blunt wraps. He bumped into RMC Mike. They noticed they were both buying wraps and decided to match, becoming best friends ever since. Rio was also close to local Flint rapper Grindhard E, and in around 2015 they would all buy a studio and start rapping together. Rio was known mostly for just hustling in the streets. He would work jobs here and there before eventually taking after his brother, and he would begin dropping music. Rio and Lil E would begin to drop songs, but once RMC Mike joined along to rap with them, that quickly changed as he was a perfect match for Rio's flow. This duo would begin making noise in Flint, known for saying wild things in their raps with no hook on the song. Instead, Rio and Mike just talking crazy the whole song. Rio would term this style shit talking.
I'm a motherfucking shit talker. I am not a rapper, baby, I be shit talking.
In a No Jumper interview, Rio explained how he met Detroit rapper Team Eastside Peasy. When Peasy heard Indictment talking, instantly requested to meet him.
Can't cook though right now, I had to take a class. I got a zipper shake, I'm finna shake a half.
I found their first song together in August of 2018, featuring Louis Ray, called Can't Play. Rio explained how he thought he was gonna have to pay for the verse, but Peasy did it for free.
Dropped the 62 and I pulled out an 80. Took my bitch to the doctor, she said her stomach aching.
At this time, Rio had a little buzz in Flint, but had a decent job and was in the streets hustling and just had his first kid, so he really wasn't focused on rap like that. Peasy would bring Rio down to Detroit and take him over to the east side to listen to Rio's music, amazed at what he was hearing, telling Rio he doesn't realize how good he is. And if you're from the Midwest, most of us know that Peasy is one of the all-time greats when it comes to Detroit rap. They would become close friends after this and would begin hanging out every day, both with one foot in rap and one in the streets. Shortly after meeting each other, Peasy made around $50,000 in one day from rap and showed it to Rio to convince him to take rap more serious. Rio would listen and begin dropping visuals to his songs at the end of 2018, gaining tens of thousands of views per day. Peasy was arrested a few years back in 2016 on RICO charges and knew he was going to prison soon. He would press Rio to hold the rap down while he was gone. Rio would do just that, dropping huge songs all through 2019, with the first being Shit Talking, which the music video was released in January. And about a month later, on February 25th, 2019, Rio would catch a gun case in Flint, being released on a $5,000 bond. Peasy would stress to him that he needs to leave the streets alone and focus on rap before he gets indicted by the feds. And crazy enough, Rio was indicted by the feds 2 weeks later for conspiracy to sell drugs, being caught on a phone tap.
Peasy fighting in his case, he finna go in, like he getting closer to his sentencing date. He called me, he like, bro, I need you to rap. He like, I'm finna go to prison, bro in prison. He all, you can't get indicted too? I'm like, hell no, I ain't gonna get indicted, I'm finna rap, fuck it. Fuck around and get indicted 2 weeks later.
He would sit in jail and be denied bond at first. As most people know, the feds will try anything to deny a bond. The prosecutor brought one of Rio's music videos up where they reenacted the killing of a police officer and tried to use this as a reason not to let him out on bond, also using a line in one of his songs saying he was intimidating a witness.
Bro, they listened to my son in court for 30 minutes, bro. Kept playing the same part back. When I said, if a nigga snitch on my man's he'd be laying flatter than a skinny bitch ass when her pants baggy. Metaphor on their ass.
If my snitch, he'd be laying flatter than a skinny bitch ass when her pants baggy.
I ain't gonna lie, gang. I ain't gonna lie, that was a bar. You know what I'm saying? Real nigga shit. Real nigga shit. We gonna do it one more time for Booker. That was a bar. You feel me? Yeah. That's hard. That's hard right there. Yeah.
Rio would call home feeling discouraged about rapping because he couldn't get out on bond and would tell the cameraman to take down all of his videos. But the cameraman would tell him that Shit Talking had already gained 60,000 views in just a few weeks. Today, the song sits at over 3 million views.
Okay. 300 grams of dog, I hit it twice, now it's a whole slab.
He would eventually be released on bond and an ankle monitor, being confined to his house while awaiting trial. A few weeks after getting out, he would release Testers, a 7-song EP. This being his first project and not having a huge fan base, he wasn't knowing what to expect from this, but he actually received his first rap check, which was around $1,600. This would cause him to drop another EP called Ghetto Babies, featuring Mike, Louis Ray, and Peasy. Knowing he needed a lawyer as he's facing serious federal charges, he would drop all 2019, building his fan base up and even dropping his biggest song to date, Legendary. This was also the perfect time for Rio to blow up, as this was entering the pandemic and everybody in the streets had money to invest in their rap careers. Rio quickly went from being dead broke to having $100,000 cash, making thousands per day.
2.5 million streams a month, look like I'm coming up.
He would pay Peasy back in a big way for helping him and was signed to Peasy's label, Boys Entertainment. Peasy also signed RMC Mike. Peasy would go to the feds around August of 2019, and Rio would pretty much take over for a stretch of time, with almost every video getting millions of views. He would drop 3 projects in 2020 and plenty singles, notably a feature called See You with other Michigan artists. This song sits at 13 million views today.
Gotta vote to get me knocked off, cause I'm a made nigga. Sweep a whole house out with this AR, I'm a made nigga.
He also dropped a song with Babyface Ray. His brother Louis Ray would collab with YNJ and drop Coochie, which was a hit. It shows how much Rio influenced the people around him. The song currently sits at over 36 million views. All of Rio and Mike's streams added up, and when Peasy got out in February of 2021, he came home to a 6-figure check. Rio and Peasy would instantly go to work together, dropping Chicken Coop March 2021.
I'm in a 2-seater with a brick of yay, this a chicken coop.
This reunion would be bittersweet because just as Peasy got out, Rio was going in. Rio ended up taking a 5-year plea deal for The Conspiracy and would let the world know, releasing Last Day Out, talking about him going away.
This is my last day out, I'm finna jump fresh. Pull 100K out, go to the set.
He would record hundreds of songs and plenty of videos to drop while he's away to keep his name buzzing. Peasy would release an album called Free Rio and would continue dropping his music along the way, which never seemed to slow down. And although he's been gone over 3 years, he has over 1.5 million monthly Spotify listeners, and just to put that into perspective, Peasy has around 1 million. Rio has been in prison for the last 3 years and only has a couple months left, as he's set to be released at the end of this year. I can't wait to see what he has planned once released. If you enjoy this kind of content, hit the...
Nah, that's hard. What's up, man? Shout out to bro. He got out and went crazy. Bro got out, went crazy, went viral out here, gang. You feel me? So shout out to Broski, man. You know what I mean? Let me know how y'all feel about this video in the comments below. Smash that like button. Subscribe. It's free. Stop playing with me. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy Tony Racks. Racks Media. Get your racks up. Let's get it.